It's a great day to be in real estate. This is Duane, sales manager and sales representative for ERA Real Estate. For my quote of the day, hard things are put in our way not to stop us, but to call out our courage and our strength, by Anonymous. You know, I've noticed that guy has a lot of quotes in his name. For the joke of the week, a frog goes into a bank and approaches the teller. He can see from her nameplate that the teller's name is Patricia Whack. So he says, "Mrs. Whack, I'd like to get a loan to buy a boat and go on a long vacation." Patty looks at the frog in disbelief and asks how much he wants to borrow. The frog says $30,000. The teller asks his name, and the frog says that his name is Kermit Jagger. His dad is Mick Jagger, and that it's okay, he knows the bank manager. Patty explains that $30,000 is a substantial sum of money, and that he'll need to secure some collateral against the loan. She asks if he has anything he can use in collateral. The frog says, "Sure, I have this," and he produces a tiny pink porcelain pig, about half an inch tall, bright pink and perfectly formed. Very confused, Patty explains that she'll have to consult with the manager and disappears into a back office. She finds the manager and says, "There's a frog called Kermit Jagger out here who claims to know you and wants to borrow $30,000, and this is what he wants to use as collateral." She holds up the tiny pig. I mean, what the heck is this? The manager looks back at her and says, "It's a knick-knack, Patty Whack. Give the frog a loan. His old man's a rolling stone." Now, for the business tip of the day, if you know what your people have bought in the past, you'll know what they'll buy in the future. Think about that. Okay, for the social commentary, this is paraphrased from an article by Monte Brooks from Forbes.com. It's about pro sports' most losing teams. As Vince Lombardi once said, winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. No need to remind the Los Angeles Clippers of the latter half of that quote. In their 40 NBA seasons, the Clippers have had a grand total of 6. That's right, 6 winning seasons. Their historical franchise winning percentage, .362. What's more, the Clippers share a city and Staples Center with the winningest active NBA franchise, the Los Angeles Lakers. Go Lakers! Who have won more than 60% of their games and own 15 NBA titles and are on their way to a 16th. And yet, the Clippers are merely number 2 on our list of pro sports' most losing teams. The chart toppers are NBA's Memphis Grizzlies, who have been around for 15 seasons and have won just over 1/3 of their games. Losing teams are not just in the NBA. The NFL's Houston Texans, who have won only 38% of their games, are number 4 on the list. The most winning franchise in the NFL, of course, is the Dallas Cowboys, who have won 58% of their games. In Major League Baseball, you'll find the San Diego Padres at number 11 on our list, winners of only 46% of their games. Guess who's the most winning baseball franchise? Of course, New York Yankees, who win at nearly 60% of their games. It's no coincidence that the Yankees, Cowboys, and Lakers are global brands, while the Padres, Texans, and Clippers are not. So here's the list. Number 12, Texas Rangers. Number 11, San Diego Padres. Number 10, Columbus Blue Jackets. I haven't even heard of those guys. Number 9, Atlanta Thrashers. Number 8, Tampa Bay Lightning. Number 7, Tampa Bay Rays. Number 6, Atlanta Falcons. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay has 3. Wow. Number 4, Houston Texans. Number 3, Charlotte Bobcats. Number 2, Los Angeles Clippers. And number 1, Memphis Grizzlies. Now for some real estate news. Good news for the U.S. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development on Wednesday boosted its outlook for the U.S. economic growth in 2010, forecasting gross domestic product to expand by 3.2% compared to an earlier forecast of 2.5%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. The Paris-based organization expects growth of 3.2% in 2001 as well. More good news. They were quoted as saying the Federal Reserve and the Obama administration should gradually withdraw policy stimulus as economic growth becomes self-sustaining, said the OECD, abbreviated. Gauging the appropriate timing will not be a simple task, but keeping the stimulus in place risks recreating some of the imbalances in the housing and financial markets that led to the financial crisis. And from the Wall Street Journal, this was a short article saying that the luxury home market is improving. After a tough 2009, the luxury home market is on the upswing. Sales of homes with asking prices of $2 million to $5 million in the first quarter totaled 2,461, up 32% from the previous year. The increased sales appear to be driven by realistic seller pricing, increased buyer confidence, and improved financing options. But even though the market appears to be improving, experts still have concerns. They say sales of high-end homes are affected by the movement of the stock market, and if the markets don't recover soon, it will scare people and hurt demand for high-end homes, says Kenneth Rosen, chairman of the Fisher Center for Real Estate and Urban Economics at the University of California, Berkeley. That's it for today. This is Duane signing off. Happy trails to you, as always. Proud to be an American, and have a happy Memorial Day.